Afternoon and welcome back to Cockfosters. Where are we? It's 10 to 5 in the evening. It's a Saturday. We're supposed to be heading over to Uxbridge, so we'll see what happens. You'll be shocked to know the train's a little bit late. Should be in, hopefully it's just coming in now, so we'll see you on the front. So the train's just come in. It's coming about 8 minutes late, so we'll probably be a couple of minutes late departing. But we'll cope with that. Heading westbound to Uxbridge. Should take us about an hour and 36 minutes, I think. It's warm out today, but not very sunny, not like yesterday or the last video you'd have seen. It was very sunny. So let's get set up and well, we'll have a chin wag as normal. Right, what do we want? 107. You'll have to forgive me today. Got a bit of a bad back. It's been playing me up actually for a few weeks, but today it's a pain, literally. And we're going Uxbridge. We're not stopping at Turnham Green, and we're starting at Cockfosters. Just check everything's right. Air conditioning. It's warm in here. Make sure my phone's off, otherwise I should be in trouble. What am I looking for? Looking for that. Oh, I'm just disorganised. So I just want to show you something when I can get you off the window. So people ask what the D off means, which you can probably just see there. So I've explained before, it's if you're driving an operational sleep train, if that says D on, then you put your de-icing equipment on. And we're actually driving an operational sleep train, which says just there. So what we do is turn that on and turn that on. That's de-icing fluid and sleep brushes, if that said D on. Obviously it's summer, don't need it. So yeah, some trains are operational sleep trains, some aren't. So there you go. Let's get you back into your little hole. When you stick to the window. There we go. Right, I think I'm organised. Let's go. Yeah, we're about 4 minutes late leaving. Not the end of the world. I suppose you'd be more shocked if I said we were on time. Although, if you watched last week's video, which is what I recorded yesterday, we were early. We got to Arnos Grove early. Now, on the second half, I think I did explain on the video, I was meant to go to Uxbridge for my second half, Arnos Grove, Uxbridge, Oakwood. However, I picked up at Arnos Grove, only got as far as Rayners Lane, and had to detrain there, and I ran back early. There was a building fire somewhere near Ruislip, so the line got closed. So yeah, I ended up finishing early yesterday evening by about 15-20 minutes. So yeah, there you go. I don't always run late, sometimes I run early. Today's duty, it's what we call special working. Because we've had the engineering works a couple of weeks back, and by the time this video goes out we'll be having more engineering works. Some of the sidings are out of operation at Arnos Grove, so some duties are different. So what I'm doing is I've just picked up, I'm going to Uxbridge, Arnos Grove for a break. Then I go Arnos Grove, I think it's straight westbound, to Northfields. Now I will try and film that later as a separate video for next week if all goes well. And I stable the train at Northfields, and then I just travel back. We call it on the cushions, back to Cockfosters. And I stable about just after 10:30, and I finish about 10 to 1. So I get quite a bit of time for travelling back. But it is a 7-hour 44 duty. Yeah, more travelling around. Same when we do the Wood Green engineering works, we'll be given more time for travelling than probably we'll spend driving trains. Anyway, Oakwood. I know you're all used to these by now. Of course, I'd like to thank you all for your ongoing support, especially to the channel members. But as I've said before, just by watching, sharing, let's get stopped, might help. Just by watching, sharing, liking and commenting, you are supporting me, and I appreciate all of it. So thank you. Now, as we're running a little bit late, we're not going to get regulated here. As we are being held on a red signal, well, we shouldn't get regulated. I can only guess that trains are backing up. But I might be wrong. Da 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 da. Yeah, so we'll see if we actually make it to Uxbridge. So we didn't yesterday, we got diverted to Heathrow Terminal 5 and then that changed to a Terminal 4. If you haven't seen that video, check that one out. But yeah, I haven't looked at the footage at the time I'm recording this, so as long as it's all come out, it'll be the longest video I've done. We've got a green. I was just about to make an announcement. So I'm half expecting reds when we get round this corner. But they could have, even though we're late, they could have still regulated me if there was likely to be a bit of a gap behind me. And yeah, so trains are backing up. You probably can't see it, but I can see the back of the train ahead, just through those two bridges. Which means, so you've got that one, there'll be one in the platform at Southgate, there's probably one, at least one or two between Southgate and Arnos Grove. Unless, of course, the issue is the train in the platform at Southgate. So I think, as I explained before, if you can try and anticipate, you don't always get it right, let's be honest, but if you can anticipate when you're expecting to see reds, you're not going to come around the corner at 45. Obviously sometimes a red will just appear because you've literally caught a train up with no warning, but we do our best. Obviously this is a red signal, so now someone did say, would I be so nice as to have a live spad? No. As much as I like you all, I don't like you that much. Right, let's stop. We are being held at a red signal, be on the move again shortly. It looks like there is a bit of congestion getting down towards Arnos Grove. I do apologise, we'll have you on the move again soon. Thank you. You'll probably just see to the right hand side of the track, that's the train stop. See the little, well, was white arm up, and that's what it's just gone down now, and that's what hits the trip cock that brings the brakes on should we pass a red signal. So lots of people on the bridge here. Give them a little toot. think I've said before, I'm sure it's the parents that like it more than the kids half the time. So it is downhill. It's not so bad in the dry, but in the wet you do have to take that extra precaution. And all you do is you just brake that little bit earlier than what you would normally, just to try and avoid the wheels locking up and skidding, and well, braking your train really, because you'll put flats on. But also you don't want to run the risk of sliding through a signal or a platform. Now normally when I talk on camera I lean forward so that you can hear my voice better, but because my back's playing up I'm going to be sat back a bit more, so if at certain points it's a little bit more distant, my voice, I apologise. I've not brought my mics with me. I need to charge them up actually. Oh dear, I'm starting already. Oh. We are being held at another red signal. Be on the move again shortly. Thank you. So you would have seen when it was red, that's all that signal was showing. When it went green, you saw the yellow then at the bottom. So that yellow is a repeater signal, and that is telling me the next signal is red, or it was. It's just changed. And the reason it doesn't show that when it's red, because well, it's irrelevant. And also, if it shows a red and a yellow, you could get, if you pardon the pun, tunnel vision, miss the red, see the yellow and end up going through it. But as you need to stop at that signal, it doesn't need to tell you what the next one's doing until you're ready to proceed. Because there's a saying, the most important signal on the line is the next one. Oh, it's dark. So there is a train that's still in the tunnel ahead of us. I can see it from here. It won't come out on the camera for you lot. That's why I'm not coming in any faster. It just seems pointless. That's just departed the tunnel, so hopefully we won't be here too long. At least I hope we're not going to be here too long. So we've got two signals in this tunnel. We've got the one just in front and one just before the exit of the tunnel. Some drivers will remain on the platform once the signal ahead of us has cleared. If the one at the end of the tunnel is still red, like it is now, a lot of drivers will remain on the platform. But if you've been with me through several videos, you'll know, general rule, I prefer to drive up to it. There is the odd exception. Between Leicester Square, Covent Garden in both directions, I'd wait for them all to clear, but otherwise 10-15 mile an hour. I don't know quite what's gone on today. The driver I took off, he did say it's just been very slow and for no real reason. I do expect it to be very busy in town because the car park at Cockfosters was very busy, so it could just be that it is just busy, slowing things down as takes longer to get people on and off trains. But we'll see when we get into town. But as we are close to other trains, it may well be that we miss most of the passengers. Right, blow me whistle. That sun's come out now. It was even more miserable when I was driving to work. Just spitting with rain. Dark. Well, I mean, it wasn't cold, but it was just miserable weather. Oh. I think at this rate it's going to turn into one of those videos where we spend more time sat at red signals than actually moving. I do apologise for the slow progress. There's congestion getting down towards Arnos Grove, so we are getting held at red signals. I hope once we leave Arnos Grove things will even out a little bit and we can get some speed up. So once again, I do apologise, we are just been held at a red signal. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully after Arnos Grove the trains will start to spread out a bit and we can start to get a bit of speed up. But not anytime soon, by the looks of it. Oh, happy days. Oh, happy days. I'll be honest with you, I'm losing the will already. So we should be at Arnos Grove, 9 minutes ago. But when you got trains so close, all it takes is, you know, I don't know, a passenger ill, it takes a couple of minutes to get them off a train or something, and the knock-on effect is a pain. But we'll muddle on through. So these two signals on the bridge here, they're always red. Now the next red in the distance, we used to get held there if there was a train in the westbound platform. Now we get held around the corner, which in the summer is not so good because you can't see the signal. In the winter, when those trees have got no leaves on, you can actually just about make out the signals around the corner. Which I know's on because that yellow is for the signal around the corner. Whether it's still red when we get there is another matter. Just letting it roll around about 12 miles an hour. Train's departed the platform, I think. Yeah. So from here we can actually go into the middle platform as well. I mean, not today because there's a train in it. It's not something we do very often. I did it about 3 weeks ago maybe. Unfortunately I wasn't recording at the time. But as a general rule we tend to come straight into the westbound. What is it, platform 4. So according to that clock in front of me, we're about 14 minutes late. According to the other one, we're about 12 minutes late. I mean, if we don't get held up again, we can make up a little bit of time, but the chances of making up, you know, 12 minutes or so are pretty slim. I think I've explained in another video, it's pointless trying to make time up by driving faster, braking later, that sort of thing, because you run the risk of passing signals, going through stations, and it just puts you later. So when I say going faster, I don't mean exceeding the speed limit. There's certain places that I don't get up to the speed limit. Because a few people have said, oh, you're admitting to speeding. No. Just because it might be 45 mile an hour speed limit somewhere doesn't mean I'm doing 45. At the minute I'm only doing 30 and it's the 35 mile an hour limit. Now I don't know if them headlights are really, really bad or if it's just because it's quite bright outside and my eyes haven't adjusted. But anyway, bound screen. Certainly not as busy as it was on last week's video when we came in here. It really can make a difference from one train to another about how busy it is. So for argument's sake, the train in front could be absolutely ram-packed, and it could be we pick up no one because we're so close. Or nobody wants to go to Uxbridge. Wood Green is next. Just green, there is a, just on the right hand side there is a staff toilet. And if I'd needed to go, I'd just ring them up and let them know I was taking a PNR, personal needs relief, and then they'd know the train would be unattended for a couple of minutes or so. Oh. Anyone want to come give me a back massage? Oh. No? No. And I thought we were friends. I'll remember it. Turnpike Lane. Keep my mind on the job, I suppose, at some point. So as you see, since we've left Darners Grove, we've been able to pick up speed. So whether there was an issue when a train went into the sidings, because there was one there, causing a delay, or... yeah, I don't know, I've not heard anything, but hopefully we'll see greens now all the way. With the turnaround time at Uxbridge, if we can make up a few minutes before we get there with a turnaround time, we should hopefully be able to leave on time, but a lot can happen between now and then. So we've got a bit of a run down now to Manor House, or technically a run up, because we do go uphill, up a hill. Even I struggle to understand some of the things I say. So as I've said, today is a Saturday. As we've got no engineering works this weekend on the Piccadilly Line anyway, it is night tube, so trains are running 24 hours. So it's Friday and Saturday, the Piccadilly Line, the Northern Line, the Central Line, Victoria Line and Jubilee, I think it is, Jubilee Line, all run 24 hours a day, Friday night, Saturday night. As long as there's no engineering works, of course. And that's what we class as the night tube. So I should have been doing nights last night and tonight. As I think I've discussed many a times, I struggle with my sleep anyway, let alone getting home at 10 o'clock in the morning. So there's plenty of people who want to do the nights, so I gave them away and I'm just doing 2 late duties. So we are heading up the hill now. Just after this signal, the track goes round to the left hand side and then round to the right towards Manor House. We're in parallel, which is full speed, and we're doing about 36, 37 miles an hour. It's dropping down a little bit as we're still climbing up. Finchley Park is next. Now, as I've said in quite a few of my videos, every time I'm filming, I'm hoping to get us where we're passing the Victoria Line. Just in the section where we can see the Vic Line. It never happened, so maybe today will be the day. And we've caught the train up in front. So there's two repeaters. This next repeater here repeats the next 3 signals. So even if the last signal was the only one that was red, that would still stay yellow. So I can see the first 2 have cleared, and as long as the train in front hasn't come to a stop or a signal failure, the last one will be clear as well. Yep, we're clearing the platform. Finchley Park, change for the Victoria Line, or Great Northern from upstairs. The Victoria Line train is just departing. You might see it just ahead in the tunnel. So I don't expect to be held here for very long. It is a regulation point, but because we are running late, I would expect not more than about a minute, but you never know. We know we've cut up the train in front. Let's make an announcement just in case. We are being held at a red signal, be on the move again shortly. Thank you. Well, there's a minute. Another Victoria Line train's just come in. And there we go. No, still don't see one. I think he's going to be as elusive as Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster. Arsenal is next. Arsenal, or as it used to be called, Gillespie Road. road is next. So I have got a day off tomorrow, just for the one day. Although my sister and nephew are coming round with the dog. In fact, she always sends me a photo. Her dog, Woody, he actually likes watching my videos. He sits there and watches them when he hears me on telly. So they're going to come over tomorrow, so it looks like I'm going to have to get up and cut the grass and do my housework before they get there. And do my hair and makeup, you know, make myself presentable. Good evening, how are we all? They never ask me how I am though. So as you see, we've cut up that train in front again, well had. That's what I get for getting cocky, saying that it got away from us. Road. Really not with it today. So people have often asked me to tell funny little stories and things that have happened on here, and there's not many that really come to mind. I mean, when I was doing night tubes, so working at nights when I first started, and it was usually at Barron's Court, you'd often see, now how do I put this, let's just say young ladies with their undergarments around their ankles using the platform as a toilet. It's not exactly funny. I've seen about a 7 or 8 foot dinosaur get on the train. That was funny watching on the camera. This dinosaur ducking to get in the train. Last night I did see Tarzan. I can't remember where, Leicester Square, something like that. Yeah, walking down the platform. It's not really funny, but they're just the things that stick in my mind. Caledonian Road with a really busy platform. Ooh, can we get them all on the train? Oh, that's the problem. It's going to be a tight squeeze. Just managed to get them on. It's like deja vu, isn't it, these signals? I don't know what's going on. I like to just pick my train up on time, go to where I'm meant to be going and get back. Running around and changing destinations and all that sort of stuff's just a pain. Right, there's going to be a red further down the tunnel, so I'm not going to go too fast. I'm doing about 15 miles an hour, I'll just let it roll down. Obviously if the next signal changes before we get there, we can put a bit more power on. If it doesn't, we can stop easily. He says. 30 mile an hour speed limit further down. Just doing 20, we are going downhill. The next signal is red. Well, you might be able to just make out the repeater in the distance. So 30 mile an hour limit is just before that repeater signal. I was doing 25, but I'm going to bring the speed right down now. Bring it down to, well, actually it's changed, so I'll leave it as 15. Actually, I'll give it a little bit more power. York Road, York Road disused station is coming up on the right hand side. One day it'll be nice to have the lights on down this little bit, just so I can show you the station a little, or what's left of the station a bit better, but it's just here on the right hand side. There's really not much to look at, just brick walls, the odd door, and yeah, that's about it. The end of the 30 mile an hour speed limit is just coming up on the right hand side. We should see lots of reds in the distance. Oh, they're just starting to drop off. There is a 35 mile an hour speed limit in the middle of them signals, but as we're downhill, King's Cross is on a bend, so I personally generally don't do more than about 30. So we're clearing to the platform now. King's Cross, St Pancras. It's the station with the most interchanges for London Underground. What is it, 6 lines, 6 underground lines run through here. Circle, Hammersmith and City, Metropolitan, Piccadilly, Northern and Victoria. And then of course you've got National Rail and International Rail from both King's Cross and St Pancras. This train is ready to depart. Can you please mind the doors? I'm not getting annoyed, I promise. I think I need to take up meditation. I nearly said medication. Meditation. Find my inner peace. Sadly, probably hidden by quite a bit of fat, but anyway. Russell Square. 30 mile an hour speed limit just here. I'm doing about 25. It is quite a fast platform, it can catch you out. Same with Holborn. Also want the train ahead to get ahead slightly more. Not too far, we don't want a huge gap because we'll be delaying stuff behind. on, okay. Big, I guess it's a school party or something. College, I don't know how old they all are. Anyway, they're not getting on my train, son. I haven't got to worry. Holborn. Downhill, on a bend. Also remember we've got a red signal. And the red signal is hidden. Well, not hidden, but it's round the corner. It's now changed. But if you, once you pass that repeater when it's on, if you forget it's red, because you're going downhill and the next signal is round the bend, you run the risk of missing it and going through it if it's still red. So we call it running the red light or passing it or hitting it. Someone did say, can you not jog past or sprint past? But if you go past a red signal and you end up getting tripped at like 1 or 2 miles an hour, they call it tickling it. Yeah, I just tickled the signal. Whether you find that amusing, I don't know. Yeah. Just got visions of us stopping there giving the signals a little tickle. Holborn, change for the Central Line. Okay, alright. There might be some wheel screeching as we go around these bends. 20 mile an hour up to Covent Garden. See how busy it is. At the next few stations are usually the busiest ones. You can just see, possibly on the right hand side, a eastbound Piccadilly Line train just coming into Covent Garden. Yes, it's not very busy, but as I said earlier, we are right behind another train. They might be right behind a train as well. Quite a few getting off though. And we're clear into Leicester Square. Or for my American friends at Leicester. Change for the Northern Line, Charing Cross branch. To Uxbridge. Everyone always uses just one door. Hi-ho! I better not do that, Disney might sue me. I don't know why that song stuck in my head. That's been for a few days. Maybe I'm just ready for a holiday to Disney World, go and ride some rides. Piccadilly Circus. Change here for Piccadilly Line, I think. Sure it is. Yes, Piccadilly. Piccadilly Line Circus to Uxbridge. Due to lift maintenance work, there is no step-free access from the Piccadilly Line at Green Park until approximately November this year. I know, I remembered. Aren't you proud of me? Don't... Oh. I'm going to lose the will, I really am. You'll have a family of people, one person will jump on just as the doors are closing. Problem is, you don't know whether it's a child left on the platform or there's a child on the train and the parents are on the platform. So you end up having to reopen the doors and then someone else does it. And anyway, deep breaths. In and out. In, out. Green Park. Change for Victoria Line and Jubilee, or the Jubilee Line. Hello, is it me you're looking for? No? Okay. Don't even think about it, good man. Let's go. Where are we going? Hyde Park Corner. Also, we've got Down Street sidings and disused station coming up. So I did expect it to be busier, but I didn't expect trains to be backed up today. However, like I said, hopefully, if all goes well, I'm going to film westbound again later as for next week's video from Arnos Grove to Northfields, because I am due to stable one in the depot. But a lot can go wrong, so if that video doesn't happen then I apologise, but hopefully if I do manage to film it might be a little bit busier, because I think I leave Arnos Grove about 20 past, 9:30, something like that. So we should get everyone out partying. Because there ain't no party like a Piccadilly Line party. I think that's how the song goes. Yeah, I do think all this dust gets to me. I'm sure I'm a screw loose. 25 mile an hour speed limit here, and I forgot to show you the sidings, but I know you've seen them before. Just a large family with a couple of buggies getting off at the back. Yeah, they're all off. Uxbridge. Famous for Harrods and whatever other stores there, I can't remember. If there's not a pound store there, I'm not interested. It's too, well, actually, I prefer the old 99p stores. They were a penny cheaper. I don't think you find any of them around Uxbridge. No one gives me a hook. You all made your mind up. Okay. We are out of here. We're going up South Kent Bend, so you're going to get some squeaky noise from the wheels and rails again. After this red signal. So it's a 15 mile an hour temporary speed limit around South Kent Bend. That's TSR. You'll see the flashing yellow lights in the forefoot, that's on the floor between the running rails. You'll see flashing lights at the beginning of a temporary speed restriction and at the end of a temporary speed restriction, although sometimes they're not flashing if the batteries haven't been changed, but they should be flashing. These are flashing, I can see them. You should be able to see them on the floor. Some of them also are so dirty you can barely see them. Brompton Road disused station on the right hand side. Again, you'll see a couple of doors, otherwise it's just a brick wall. Nothing exciting. It's a lonely road, many a winding turns. Can't remember the rest. I think it's leading me back to you, isn't it? South Kensington, just round this corner. South Kent. So you might just see the flashing lights on the floor just inside the tunnel mouth. They're a little bit dirty, or batteries going flat, but you can just make them out. So that's the end of the TSR, temporary speed restriction. We do have a 30 mile an hour PSR, permanent speed restriction, but these trains can't get up to 30 before that ends anyway. Good choice. just a road. I mean, the 30 mile an hour ends just here, and I'm doing about 27. So maximum, if you're not sure, is maximum speed limit is 45 mile an hour, unless otherwise stated. 25 mile an hour limit just here. That's because we go round to the left and then round to the right into the station. We're in. When I was learning to drive, obviously learning to drive trains, that is, you're not as smooth because you're still learning, obviously, and that was my famous saying, well, at least we're in, we ain't killed nobody. Yeah, I used to drive my instructor, the instructor's mad with that one. Yeah, well, we're in. Earl's Court, when I can speak correctly. Earl's Court is the last station within the main pipe or tunnel, and then we're going to go outside into possibly some sunshine, some rain, or 8 foot of snow. Who knows? It's the British summertime. Still waiting for that back massage if anyone's free. I can pick you up at Acton Town, but you still need a ticket. Or I'll exchange 1 mint for it. I don't want people to say I'm not flexible here. Just not flexible with my back. So that's the last station within the tunnel or pipe. We've got 30 mile an hour limit, then we've got a 25 mile an hour limit before we exit the pipe. We're also going to be going uphill, or up a hill, up an incline, whichever one you prefer. In my head, I've just got the music from, I think it was an old Hovis bread advert with someone walking a bike up a cobbled hill somewhere in Yorkshire. I think it was Hovis anyway. I don't think it was a song, it was music. But yeah, those old enough to know will know what I'm talking about even. If I can string a sentence together that makes any sense, that is. Right. I've put the cab light on. Hello! Cooey! Just because I don't know how bright it is, and it just makes life a little bit easier. I'll put that one on. Oh, that one's a bit bright. Just helps adjusting a little bit, but doesn't really work if I'm honest. It's very bright, I can see. And I don't know where my sunglasses are. I looked yesterday, I wonder if they've fallen out my bag. Oh, that's bright. That's bright. It's nice to see the sun, but at night It's easier, you don't have these problems. Train's just departed Barron's Court ahead of us, so hopefully this signal will change. Here we go. You've got to be careful because you're on the hill. You've got to make sure you don't roll back. Oh, I can turn my light off now. And do you know what? I'm going to leave the air conditioning on and not open the door, just to help keep the camera cool. Hopefully it'll last up to Uxbridge. That train has been graffitied. Ah, you can see there's a train ahead waiting to get into the platform at Hammersmith. Whilst I'm waiting, I'll have a rummage in my bag, see if I can find the glasses. It's got to be in here somewhere. They're not. Where the hell are they? They're not in that bit either. Oh, I don't know what I've done with them. I'll have to check the car. Not right now, obviously. When I press the right button. Yeah, they must have fallen out of my bag somewhere. Hopefully they're in the car. Oh. Alright, Hammersmith. The 20 mph speed limit as we come around the corner. It's a TSR, so temporary speed restriction, that's been there for, I don't know, a day of steam probably. It starts just under this gantry and ends at the end of the platform basically. I'm always a little more vigilant at this platform, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I don't know if I've explained before. So I don't know, 2-3 years ago I was coming in this direction, and as I was coming into the platform, when I say kid, teenager, I decided to sit on the edge of the platform with her legs over the edge of the platform. Luckily, it's a 20 mph speed limit. I was able to stop in plenty of time, but it's just always I'm always mindful of it. Just because it happened once doesn't mean it'll happen again, but just mindful of it, that's all. But it's an absolutely stupid thing to do. Well, if you watched my videos before, you know how annoyed I get with people risking their lives, whether it's to graffiti trains or to cross platforms or to get to the other platform, should I say, or just to mess around. You know, unfortunately mistakes have happened where playing around has ended up in tragedy. Anyway, enough of all that. Let's where are we going? Acton Town is next. So we're running fast, as I'm sure you know. We're going to pass through Ravenscourt Park, then Stamford Brook, then Turnham Green, and then Chiswick Park. All served by the District Line. Turnham Green is served by the Piccadilly Line early in the morning and after 10:30 at night. Again, they're stations, I mean, you've got to be careful at every station, but these ones we don't stop at, some people are oblivious and they'll be on the phone or got their headphones on and they just get too close to the edge. I've had it quite a few times. And even though they're on the platform, you still run the risk of hitting them. If their arm or shoulder or something is out, you know, over the edge of the platform, you're still going to hit them. And they're going to need an aspirin or two. Obviously the one before that was Ravenscourt Park, Turnham Green, which is the incredible Hulk's favourite underground station. Thank you to the to one of my viewers for sending me that joke. Which I know I've told you it before, but I thought I'd share it with you today. Due into Acton Town 11 minutes ago. Of course, when we're running late, for most people, as in commuters or users or passengers, whatever you want to call them, they don't know. As long as they've got a train so in central London, probably every 3 or 4 minutes, some of the outer bits probably every 10 minutes, they don't know if the train's running an hour late or an hour early. There's a District Line train going to, where's he going? He's going to Upminster. Don't know what it's like up there, I've never been. I'm sure it's lovely. And we're going into the fast. So as a driver, this is one of those places you have to be extra vigilant and triple check that you get the right signal, because you've got two routes. If you just, when we stop on the platform, if you just get a green signal, that's down towards Northfields, Heathrow. We want the one with the lights off to the left hand side because we're going up the branch. And we don't want to be accepting the wrong signal. So we've got the right signal. We've got 20 mile an hour limit up this hill. difficult to maintain 20. If you're in series, it'll lose speed. If you're in parallel, it'll go over the speed limit. You see there's some district line trains there in Ealing Common Depot, which is the district line depot. Ealing Common is next. I hate the position of these monitors because the sun glares off them. Which is weird as they are undercover, but yeah, it does. You struggle to see. And yeah. The least used station on the Piccadilly Line is next. That'll be North Ealing. And again, coming up, we need to triple check we get the right signal. As much fun as it'd be for a video to go down to Ealing Broadway, I don't want to go down there if it's my fault. If they tell me to go down there, fine. But it'd be rather embarrassing if I took the wrong signal. So we want a straight green. We blow the whistle between 7 AM, 7 PM, just to warn people. Due to limited or restricted view. Although nowadays some of the places that whistle boards, the view's not restricted as bad as it was because they've cut down trees and things like that. Well, until they remove the whistle boards, we'll continue to whistle. Right, North Ealing. Oh, look at that, the eastbound platform is packed. It's packed for North Ealing anyway. See how many people get off. Oh, actually quite a few today. Oh, there's probably 10 or 12. Park Royal is next. It is quite nice to be up here when the sun's out. Even though you're still in London, you do sort of feel that you're more in the country. Not so much this end of the line, but certainly when you get up past Rayners Lane, you can actually see some fields. Sort of. Wakey wakey everybody. I do wish we had a proper train horn though. These are a little embarrassing. But could you imagine a proper train horn in them tunnels? It'd deafen everyone. Any more for any more? Alperton is next. Hello, birdie. Oh, they're having a barbecue. Oh, throw us the sausage. The burger? No? Some people are miserable. Actually, I might have a barbecue tomorrow if the weather's nice. When my sister comes over, we'll see. Depends if I can be bothered to go to the supermarket first. Pigeon. So Alperton. So unfortunately we did hit that pigeon. I was just checking it hadn't hit the headlight or anything and cracked it. I do feel bad when it happens, but you know, it's not like I can swerve. The Sudbury town. Choo-choo coming through. It does look like it, cloud looks like it could produce a little bit of rain. Oh, sorry. And that's Sudbury Town. Next is Sudbury Hill. That's Sudbury Hill to you. tell you something, 28. It doesn't matter we're running late. I've just noticed we've got about 18-minute turnaround at Uxbridge, which is normally you get between 8 and 12 minutes on average. But yeah, we're due to get in at 28 past 6:28, and we leave at 18:46. So yeah, 18 minutes. Well, 17 and a half if I'm been accurate, but we won't quibble over the 30 seconds.
With an update for trains in the South Dealing area. The train that had the crew issue is just about to go into the depot now, point the truck rolling. So it shouldn't be too much longer until trains are reported. Many thanks again to your patience there, Brian, that signal now.
Okay. Doesn't affect us, but I didn't know there was anything going on there anyway. Sudbury Hill. Is downhill into Sudbury Hill. Not so bad in the dry, but in the wet you've really got to be careful. It can get away from you. Braking now. And that's that. Sudbury Hill. South Harrow is next. When it's wet, it's terrible coming in this direction because as you leave the station it goes uphill and you struggle for traction. It'll just keep wheel spinning if you try putting it in full speed. So you end up crawling along at like 2 miles an hour. See the South Harrow sidings on the right hand side. No trains in it today. I have filmed going in there. Check out my Rusty Rail video if you've not seen that already. We go in there, in and out of there. This building on the right hand side, that's where our toilet is. Because there's no toilet at Rayners Lane, if we terminate there, then we go here. Which is what I might do depending what time I get to Uxbridge. If we get there in time and I've got time to go to the toilet and depart on time, I'll do it there. Otherwise I'll go here. Quite a busy station, this one, for people getting off. Rayners Lane is next. go from underground to, what, 3 stories high? I'll share that with you. So we're going to be joining up with the Metropolitan line when we get to Rayners Lane. There's a signal just around this corner that's usually red. That's why I'm slowing down, because I can't see it. In the winter, when these trees have got no leaves on, you can usually see it in the distance. It's not always red, more often than not, but if you've got clear signals into the platform, that'll be, you know, it's usually green. But 9 times out of 10 it's red. And I think the idea is just to slow you down as you come towards Rayners Lane, because there's quite a few signals between here and Rayners. You know, not only are you joining the Metropolitan line, you've got Piccadilly Line trains terminating there. You can reverse off the platform, so it just slows you down a bit. I think we're clear into the platform. And we're due into Uxbridge in 1 minute. So we should have about 6 minutes or so if we're not held up between here and Uxbridge to change ends, which means we can leave on time. And then I'll go use the toilet at South Harrow. But I'm not planning on taking you back with me. Once we get to Uxbridge, assuming the camera lasts, we'll call it a day there. Just because I want to use the camera later on, hopefully to film another video going down into Northfields. Can't quite see on them monitors properly. Those monitors are a little bit dull, so stick my head out the door, I can see better. Because it's a straight platform or a category B platform, I can see straight down, so at least you don't miss anything then. So like I said yesterday, like I said earlier on the video, yesterday when I was coming up here on my second half, I got as far as the platform and then to detrain due to a building fire somewhere near the track around Ruislip area. So be interesting to see if we can see what that was today. Not interesting for the people involved. But we'll see if we can yeah, see what it was. Eastcote is next. there's a Metropolitan Line train. I'm assuming that's going to Aldgate, unless they've got engineering works or anything today. No, it's going to Aldgate. Ruislip Manor is next. Come on, train. Work. There you go. I think he's like me, he's tired. Nothing interesting on that. Right, what did I say? Ruislip Manor. I'm really not with it today, I apologise. So keep your eyes peeled, we'll see if we can spot what sadly caught fire. I don't know where, it was just somewhere near Ruislip station, which is the next one just ahead. So Ruislip next. Well, I can't see anything that's obvious at the moment anyway. Taxi office has been smashed up. I actually thought it had probably been that had been set on fire, but it doesn't look like it has been. Ah, there it is. That's the supermarket, I think, just on the right hand side. Just let this train pass us and you might see it. We're right behind a Metropolitan Line train anyway. Yeah, so on the right hand side just past here you can see the route. I don't know if it'll come out on camera, that's all been burnt. Yeah, I think it's Waitrose, or it's a supermarket anyway. Oh well, I hope no one was injured. That's all that really matters, buildings can be rebuilt. Yes, it was right next to the railway. I remember a few years back there was a fire next to Acton Town. It was in a car garage, as in mechanical garage. We couldn't run trains for hours because because it was right next to the station. In fact, at one point they evacuated the station and all the buildings around it because they was worried about all the gas bottles and things that was in the garage. They was worried they'd explode. Ickenham is next. So you got Ruislip Depot on the left hand side. You might see on the left a row of engineering trains, or at least the cabs of them. Oh no, they've moved them, so there is the engineering train there. Well, the trailers anyway, or cars, whatever you want to call them. The Ruislip siding on the left there as well, not been in there for a long while. We're due out of Uxbridge in 10 minutes, so we'll probably have 4 or 5 minutes turnaround time. Ickenham. It's always a quiet station, this one. Well, it is when I come through anyway. I'm assuming they're all at home watching my videos. Hillingdon is next. And then Uxbridge. So it has been a bit slow today. I've been a bit whingy, I'm sorry. We all have days like that. Normally a bit of sunshine makes me happy, but not today. Maybe I just need a holiday. A week in the sun, although I'm ginger so I melt in the sun, so I don't really know why I said that. I would say a week propping up a bar, but I'm not a huge drinker, especially in the heat, because it just gives me a headache if I drink too much. So this is Hillingdon. And I think I'm going to stand up because I'm getting numb. Right, Uxbridge, Uxbridge. Everyone takes the mickey out about how I say that. I'm going to Uxbridge. I reckon I was dropped on my head as a baby. You do feel like you're out in the countryside. Up this end, you can just about make out the odd field between the trees. Now as we come down down to Uxbridge, we've got to be careful. We've got a lot of signals. We've got speed control signals, routing indicator signal, because we've got 3 platforms we could be put into. 15-mile-an-hour speed limit as we go down, because it is you go down a hill into the station, which I'm sure you've seen before. That will start slowing down. Bring it down a little bit. You've got Uxbridge sidings over on the right hand side. As for the Met Line, we can put a train in there. A few years back, a couple of years maybe, on a Saturday afternoon actually, I started work and I was told my train was in the sidings here, so I had to travel up on the Metropolitan line to fetch it, and it was purely because one of the drivers who had been driving it earlier in the day had been taken ill, so they'd stabled it on the sidings and I had to come up and bring it out. Nice interesting story for you, I'm sure. So we're going into platform 1. We've got a speed controlled train stop. It drops at 10 miles an hour even though the train stop is just ahead of the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. So really it should drop at 15, as it's near a 15 mile, yeah, within the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. But we know it's not going to, so just dropped now, and we've got one down the platform which will drop about when we're doing about 5 or 6 miles an hour. So I will say now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, sorry for being a bit whingy today and a bit quiet at times, but as always, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.